So firstly, we are going to start from a scratch Unity project without any AR inside embedded, because we are going to build something that you can embed that to any AR camera. So by default, the main camera is somewhere in this kind of position. So we are going to mimic our AR camera. So we are going to start from 0, 0, -1. So this is the default position, 0. Yeah, 0, 0, 0, and make sure that this is looking towards Z direction. See this blue icon. So that is the main camera position, and it's same as any of our AR camera. And if you go to our folder, day 2, I've already shared all this information. Here you can find all the scripts from day 2 folder. And the data, you can find this walk meter, this OBJ file, and the gate FPX file, which we will use today. So I have it all downloaded in my local file, and I'm going to actually drag that in our assets. So the first thing I'm going to drag in is the walk meter. This is a human that is scaled in meter size. So just to give a good idea how big is a human, how big is a human, and how should this be positioned. You'll see why this is important. So we are going to lift this person, and this person is already scaled in meter, so you can actually use it to kind of approximate where this person is. This in reality, in AR, this person will be turned off, but this is just for us to understand the scale and the position of camera. And we are going to child this. Oh yeah, so you have to also really be careful with the rotation of this person. This person should look at Z direction, yeah, and make sure you position this person's eye somewhere near the camera if you wanna. So make sure that this person's eye level is around at 0, 0, 0 position. Okay, I think this is more or less right, and I'm going to now child this to my main camera. This is just for us to understand where our person is going in real life. And we also have this thing called simple camera controller, and we are going to also drag this one in. This one we won't need it in our AR setting. Why? It's because in AR your camera is your phone or your mobile phone or your device, any AR device. But here we should use this one to have a little bit of control. Otherwise the camera is not going to move. So we are going to drag this script to either to this main camera here or like here. So now what this is doing is when you play, you will see you can actually move the camera in the game. But now even if you play it, you won't really see any difference. But actually if you press A, S DW, you can actually move the camera. But in the game scene itself, doesn't change anything because there is nothing. So we are going to add some stuff to this scene. But firstly, I would like to add the gate model. So I'm going to drag this from the folder and then move this to the scene, and just so we know where is the plate, where is the floor, we are going to just model a 3D object plane and move it around where the feet is. Yeah, and then we can just scale it. Just to give us an idea. In reality, we are going to delete it. But now you have floor, so we actually know if our door or our gate is actually under the floor or not. So yeah. Alright, great. And you can see now that the game scene is kind of distorted very weirdly. This is because I'll still put it here. This is because when you copy a FBX file, all the cameras are coming, so your model is actually under this default. So we are just going to unpack and delete all the camera, and the main camera is active now again. So okay, so this is your gate file, and actually you don't need like nested parenting here, so I'm just going to just parent this under gate and delete the default. So directly under the gate we have 3 objects. Okay, so now you will see that you can actually, there is this gate here, and that's what you when you launch your phone or launch your app, what you will see. Okay, so we are going to actually make 3 different doors, but before that we have to add something here. Let me just get rid of this rotation first, and I would like to add 2 cube objects. Something that's big enough so you will actually collide before you enter the door. Something like this should be good enough. Yeah, so you have to kind of collide with it before you enter the door. And I'm going to copy this and place it here, and this is something after you enter the door. Alright, so these 2 cubes will become our collider, but actually we don't really need to see them, so you can actually just turn off their visibility, but you can actually see them if you turn on the gizmo and you select them. You can actually see them. Before we do this, we are going to just brighten this render setting a little bit by going to the lighting setting, or you can find it from this Windows rendering lighting setting, and just turn on the global illumination, turn off the baked global illumination, and generate the lighting. So just bake the lighting again so everything is a little bit brighter. This is optional, as this is not really just trying to cover any visual qualities. Okay, so the first one, we are going to name this as Home Collider. This naming is quite important, as you will have to use this one to search what is a Home Collider, and you will child this under the gate. And the second one, I'm going to name it as Gate 1 Collider and child this to this gate, and I'm going to number this as Gate 1, so I remember which gate it is. Okay, and then in the Home Collider we have to add a rigid body, and under here we have to constrain the movement, so because we don't really want this to move, we just want to test if things are colliding. So just follow these steps for both Home Collider and Gate Collider. Add rigid body and constraints freeze the rotation and position. Alright, now we are ready to set up the Gate 1. As I said, I'm gonna have 3 gates, so I'm going to Control D and move this, Control D and move it. Okay, and change the name to Gate 2. Importantly, we have to change this name to Gate 2 Collider. Similarly, Gate 3 and Gate 3 Collider. It's really important that you change the name of the collider, because we will have to search for the collider name to activate the model that you want to show. Okay, so this is the scene that you are going to see after you launch your game. So I'll just give a little bit of rotation just for some fun. And it should be also centered. It's totally up to you how you want to arrange this position in the beginning. Alright, but this looks good to me. You can of course use different design of the gate and have different models. It's totally up to you. Just make sure that when the front collider is called the Home Collider and the back collider is called the unique collider's name to the gate. If you have 7 gates or 10 gates, you have to make 7 different names. Okay, and we have to have a collider for the camera, because we have to test whatever camera is colliding with. So under here we are going to add a capsule, and the capsule already have a capsule collider. We just need to add a rigid body. So we are going to just scale this one according to something similar to our body size. So just scale it approximately so it's actually covering most of the body. Yeah, so I think this looks good, and try to make it centered. So this can be 0, 0. Yeah, and the height can be something adjusted. All right. And we can actually turn off the mesh renderer, and this collider is going to have a rigid body as well, and it's going to just follow the camera, so there's no constraint in rotation and position. In AR, this is just going to follow. So we are going to add few scripts to this capsule. So later on, when we migrate this scene to a AR scene, we just need to copy this capsule under the AR camera. And the person can be turned off, but here we are just going to show it just so we know how this is actually working. Okay, so what we are going to do is when this thing is entering, it's going to show a model behind. So we are going to add a house model. I have this example model here. So I just dragged both MTL and OBJ file, and then I'm going to drag this. Yeah. So alright. So you can actually show different models, of course. And I'm going to see if it's colliding with my floor. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so I'm going to show this model. I made a copy, and I'm going to show this model when I enter the second gate, and when I enter the third gate, I'm going to display this model. Yeah, so the position or overlay of these three models are totally have no problem, because they are only going to be shown when you enter each gate. The name of this can be also changed to something unique. This can be whatever. So here I'm going to say world 1. So it's like world of gate 1, world 2, and this one, name it world 3. And I'm going to, by default, turn off the activation, the visibility. So they are just disabled entirely. And what we are going to do is when we enter, we are going to trigger the inability here. Okay, so now we can save it. We are ready to script. So under this capsule, let's make a new script.